The H1B Guy here. And today, the H1B Guy news for the week ending July 28th, 2023. Today, I'll cover H.R. 4647, the Hire Act is introduced, and second H1B lottery for fiscal year 2024 to be held soon. But before we get started, I'd like to ask you, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the H1B Guy channel here on YouTube and like this video so that I can continue to produce more content like this for you. Also wanted to mention the H1B Guy offers a variety of consulting services. I help businesses and individuals solve complex work authorization issues and the recruitment process while bringing awareness to employment-based immigration benefits. If I can help you, please reach out. I'd love to hear how. And you can book an appointment directly with me via the h1bguy.com. Today's news is brought to you by Syndesis and Path to Canada, the ideal plan B for high skilled immigrants currently located in the U.S. whose status may be uncertain, by PERM-Ads.com, the industry leader in providing a seamless experience for employers and immigration attorneys navigating the complex PERM recruitment ad phase of the labor certification process, and by Mob Squad. Are you a technology professional facing U.S. work visa related challenges? Don't leave your fate up to chance. Our partner Mob Squad has a solution. Join the squad. Before we get started with today's news, I just wanted to remind everyone again that I'm not an attorney and honestly have never wanted to be one. I don't provide paid legal advice, and any content on this platform is for entertainment purposes only. I'm a staffing expert and recruiter at heart with over 18 years of experience in handling a variety of U.S. work authorizations, including processing hundreds of H-1B visas. Now, the news. On July 18th, 2023, in a press release on Krishnamoorthi.house.gov titled Congressman Krishnamoorthi introduces the Hire Act to increase U.S. economic competitiveness by doubling the number of H-1B visas and increasing funding for American STEM education. Quote, on Friday, Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthi introduced H.R. 4647, the High Skilled Immigration Reform for Employment Hire Act, which would strengthen U.S. competitiveness by helping to close the skills gap, the space between the skills required for jobs that employers need to fill and the skills possessed by current prospective employees. The Hire Act would help to close the skills gap by providing additional funding to strengthen U.S. elementary and secondary education school science, technology, engineering, and math, STEM education programs, while also doubling the number of H-1B visas available annually from 65,000 to 130,000 to allow American employers, including in critical technology sectors, to draw the best talent from around the world. The bill is supported by IT Serve Alliance, the largest association of IT services organizations functioning across the United States. Well, the introduction of H.R. 4647, High Skilled Immigration Reform for Employment, Hire Act, into the House last week by Representative Krishnamoorthi is an attempt to solve two separate issues in one bill. The first being a significant investment, i.e., funding in STEM for elementary and secondary school education programs. I fully support this initiative as one of the consistent themes on this platform has been the reality of a technology skills gap that does currently exist. Increasing interest in technology at an earlier stage in our education systems is absolutely one of the key areas to target in order to close the skills gaps that do exist. The second, which seeks to double the annual allocation of H-1B visas in the non-advanced category from 65,000 to 130,000. I've discussed many times over the aspect of increasing the overall amount of H-1B visas annually, which has come up in a variety of different ways. However, every time I do cover this topic, I want to make sure that I make it very clear that we cannot increase the number of H-1B visas without first removing caps on country of birth for employment-based preferences. You cannot do one without doing the other. I've also spoken out in favor of increasing the amount of available H-1B visas in the advanced degree category, as I'm in favor of awarding H-1B visas to those individuals who are currently living and working in the U.S. under OPT EAD. H.R. 4647 feels like it was introduced as a piece of legislation that we'll potentially see as amendments to a larger piece of legislation in the future. But if you wanted to ask my opinion on it, I think it has a very low probability of making its way through as a standalone bill. Per Walsdorf and Rosenthal Immigration, in a post on January 27th, 2023, titled USCIS to announce second round H1B visa lottery. Quote, an additional 20,000 to 25,000 plus visas to be issued. Clients and employers have been anxious to know if USCIS will conduct a second round lottery for fiscal year 2024, starting October 1st, 2023. WR Immigration has now confirmed, after reviewing its cases filed and after discussing with other immigration lawyers, that a second round lottery will almost certainly be announced in the next few weeks and most likely by the end of July of 2023. USCIS is authorized to issue 85,000 cap subject H-1B visas annually. However, as of today, July 27th, 2023, only about 70% of the authorized quota has been issued. Based on WR's immigration research and calculation of numbers, WR Immigration is now predicting that the H-1B second round lottery will be held in August 2023 or possibly before. There is an urgent need to act, and although there was no second round H-1B lottery in fiscal year 2023, WR Immigration is anticipating that between 20,000 to 25,000 plus H-1B visas will be allocated in the next few weeks. USCIS must act quickly to make this announcement, as it takes time to adjudicate these additional petitions. Once approved, H-1B employees abroad must make an appointment at a U.S. consulate or embassy abroad before their H-1B travel visa can be issued. Entry into the U.S. may not occur until September 21st, 2023, 10 days before the start of the October 2024 fiscal year 2024 year. This is the earliest date that new H-1B visa workers can enter the U.S. on new cap subject visas. Then, later in the day on July 27th, 2023, in an alert on USCIS, confirmed USCIS will conduct second random selection from previously submitted fiscal year 2024 H-1B cap registrations. Quote, in March 2023, USCIS conducted an initial random selection on properly submitted electronic registrations for fiscal year 2024 H-1B cap, including for beneficiaries eligible for advanced degree exemption. Only those petitioners with selected registrations for fiscal year 2024 are eligible to file H-1B cap subject petitions. The initial filing period for those with selected registrations for fiscal year 2024 was April 1st, 2023 through June 30th, 2023. We recently determined that we would need to select additional registrations to reach the fiscal year 2024 numerical allocations. Soon, we will select additional registrations from previously submitted electronic registrations using a random selection process. We will announce once we have completed this second selection process and have notified all prospective petitioners with selected registrations from this round of selection that they are eligible to file an H-1B cap subject petition for the beneficiary named in the application selected registration. Those with selected registrations will have their My USCIS accounts updated to include a selection notice, which include details on when and where to file. So, absolutely, the biggest news of the week is that USCIS will conduct a second selection for the H-1B lottery sometime soon. As I've discussed numerous times over the last few months, I've been fairly bullish on my opinion of there not being a second H-1B lottery for fiscal year 2024. Clearly, I was wrong, but it's not the first time and it won't be the last time. However, I've also alluded to the possibility of there being a second lottery this year due to the murmurs that I kept hearing about lower than expected application rates. I first mentioned this back during my live stream with Judy Husbands and again during my third anniversary live stream. During my latest post, second H1B lottery for fiscal year 2024 continued. I remained steadfast in my opinion of USCIS not holding a second selection, but it did clarify that if a second lottery were to occur, it would take place sometime between August 7th and August 25th, while the application portal would most likely open September 1st and remain open through November 30th. Clearly, the team at WR Immigration had some inside information on the announcement of a second H1B lottery being held. I'm interested to see if their speculation on the selection of an additional 20,000 to 25,000 registrations will hold true. One number seems extremely high to me, and since there's a confirmation that a second selection will be held, I'm anticipating that number to be somewhat lower and more likely in the range of 10,000 to 15,000. If the team at WR Immigration is again correct, this would mean that there was an approximately 59% application rate on the initial selection of 110,791 registrations. That's absolutely mind numbing to me and further proves that reform to the annual H1B lottery is necessary now more than ever. It's embarrassing that 110,000 plus individuals were selected. The possibility of only 65,000 plus submitting a formal application. Kudos to WR Immigration on breaking the news and providing a very small glimmer of hope for those individuals who were not initially selected. While I was clearly wrong on a second lottery being held for this year, the odds will still be extremely low. If an additional 25,000 selections are to be made out of a possible 648,203 registrations, that would put the probability of selection at approximately 4%, further solidifying the fact that the H1B lottery in its current form does not work. I wanted to take time to thank all of you for all of your questions and comments regarding the second H1B lottery for fiscal year 2024. I greatly appreciate your support. For the full post on the H1B Guy news for the week ending July 28th, 2023, please check out the H1BGuy.com. And a reminder that today's post was brought to you by Syndesis and Path to Canada, the ideal plan B for high-skilled immigrants currently located in the U.S. whose status may be uncertain. If you're facing an H1B denial or OPT expiration, don't get caught off guard. Make sure you have a plan B, and Syndesis and Path to Canada are your answers. They'll gladly help you navigate the process, and if you'd like to find out if you qualify, please be sure to use the link in the video description below, and someone from Syndesis or Path to Canada will be in touch. Buy PERM-ads.com, the industry leader in providing a seamless experience for employers and immigration attorneys navigating the complex PERM recruitment ad phase of the labor certification process. If you're looking to reduce your costs and overhead associated with PERM labor certification recruitment advertising, let PERM-ads.com help you. And by Mob Squad. Are you a technology professional facing U.S. work visa related challenges? Don't leave your fate up to chance. Our partner, Mob Squad, has a solution. Mob Squad helps technology professionals facing U.S. work visa related uncertainty remain working with their current U.S. employer nearshore from Canada, as well as technology professionals from around the world who are seeking to find a rewarding opportunity in North America. Through their partnership with the Canadian government, they can obtain a Canadian work permit for you and your spouse in as little as 4 to 6 weeks. So whether you're looking to stay working with your current U.S. employer or you want to find a new opportunity in Canada, please find out how the team at Mob Squad can help you via the link in the video description below. Join the squad. Just wanted to ask you again to please like this video, subscribe to the H1B Guy channel here on YouTube, and click the bell for notifications so that you're notified anytime we post new content here to this channel. If you've made it this far, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to watch my video. I really appreciate your support. The H1B Guy, your global source for all things H1B.